of the claim from the church. The church across the street responded, only humans go to heaven through the Bible. Obviously, that requires a response. God knows all the creation, dollars included. We can't leave that alone, so the church responds, dogs don't have souls, this is not open for debate. Again, looking for a response. Catholic dogs go to heaven, Presbyterian dogs talk to the pastor. So the church responds, look, converting your soul is not actually breaking God's soul. Theological statement. They respond back, bring God's souls to conversion. They respond back, dogs are animals, there aren't any rocks in heaven either. The first church again responds, all rocks go to heaven. So, they're claiming this statement that they have an answer for something, right? And so, here's the deal. Is that, you know what? There are a lot of people out there that are searching for wisdom. And I mean, even for places that possibly aren't even good. A lot of times people may even be searching for wisdom that they're looking for within themselves. They're trying to possess some sort of wisdom. And so what they do is they look at themselves for their own wisdom, their own truth, to somehow guide them after them. And oftentimes, there's this reality. People are searching for wisdom. And I believe that at some point in our lives, we will look to what is around us for wisdom. At some point in our lives, we will look to what is around us for wisdom. We're going to look for something that's going to give us the answers, something that seems relevant, something that seems to have a logical explanation for a situation that we're in. We're going to look for those answers. And we will be having to look around us and see and buy into wisdom that is being presented to us in the culture. And at this point, we will look again, we need to search for something that seems relevant for our lives. And sometimes we might look for ourselves. And so I want to ask you today, what are you searching for? What is the wisdom that you're looking for? It's not meant to be some philosophical questions. I believe that we are constantly looking for the wisdom that we need to possess certain things. I think one of them is this. We're constantly looking for the wisdom that we might have security. Financial security is huge for many people because what they feel is that they can possess the wisdom and the knowledge to obtain a certain amount of wealth. That will offer them the security that they need. And that financial security comes again with knowing the right people, knowing what they need to get, knowing how to build their stocks and their investments and their assets. Whatever it might be, this financial security is huge. So people are always searching for wisdom, looking at books, going to conferences, talking to people, seeing what what hasn't broken yet, that they can buy into and get a part and be a part of. There's a financial security that comes from this idea of searching for wisdom. We also look for security, I think, in jobs. Many people, they want to feel secure in their jobs, so they're constantly looking for this wisdom that they can get that would allow them to feel that they have the position or that they're in a place where they feel secure. Possibly you're just looking for a place to get secure. You're constantly looking, I got to get out there, I got to start talking to people, I need to get in with these people so that you can start finding out what they know and make those places and bring this right next to you. Why? We're constantly looking for this idea of security. I think people are also looking for wisdom so that they can gain happiness. Happiness is huge in our culture. And you hear all the time, right? It was whatever life situation is, it doesn't matter as long as you're happy. Happiness is something that drives people, and so they're looking for the wisdom that they need to be happy. That's why a lot of people know that they're not happy. And so they say, oh, I got to find out, what is it that someone else does that I don't know? Matter of fact, I read this. In the year 2000, in that year period, there were 50 books that were written about happiness. 50. That same research group, in 2008, did another study again. They found in 2008, that year, there were 4,000 books written about happiness. Because 8 years later, there were 4,000 books in 1 year written about how to obtain happiness. See, there's a lot of people searching for wisdom in order to get their happiness. This constant desire within us, and we're looking to see, this person happy. What do they have that I don't have? What is it that they know that I don't know? Right? There's this constant thing. And we know a lot of times in our cultures, having that an expiration date, doesn't it? Well, most people we make happy, don't make it happy forever. Right? Sometimes it has an expiration date, which is really play. It sends people back into this searching for wisdom, trying to uncover what is the next really nice thing. And so it constantly is this thing that's pushing. Another thing I think people search for the wisdom to attain is contentment. People want to feel content in their life. They want to feel like they are in the place that they need to be. They want to feel that, again, even with that security, is going to happen. And some people believe it is not love to drive us. And I love what Jim Carrey said. He says this: I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dream, so they can see that it's not the answer. He would say everybody can get all the knowledge, all the stuff that they want, so they can feel content, and they can see there's one change in the answer. The reality is that we are always longing for this contentment, this longing to be satisfied, and again, to experience this, and we're constantly searching for this wisdom to attain. And I think in addition to that contentment is this idea that we search for wisdom, so that we can feel purpose. A lot of people feel that we have a purpose in life, there's significance to what we do. Whatever that might be, we are searching for wisdom that we might experience those things. And it just sends this idea back again. That there are people that clearly have the answers, and that there are people saying, look, you don't know something that is going to give you what you need. And that is very much related to the passage that we heard with that today. That's very much related to Paul's writing to this church in Colossae. He's basically saying this: look, I want you to be careful about some things. I'm going to explain that in these verses. So if you have the Bible, we're in Colossians chapter 2, verse 1. We're up there on the verse right there on the belt. I have a version follow along. We're on the screen as well. Jason says, it's good, I'm going to say this. Paul says, I want you to know how hard I'm contending for you and for those of Laodicea, and for all who have not met me personally. My goal is that they may be encouraged in heart and united in love, so that they may have the full picture of complete understanding, in order that they may know the mystery of God, namely Christ. Paul digs in this verse chapter 2, I'm contending. And this word contending, it carries with it a great sense of emotion. It carries with it this great sense of anxiety. It carries with it this great zeal for something to happen. And actually, the last verse that Jerry read last week actually covers it well. Maybe in verse 29 of chapter 1, it says this: to this end, I strenuously contend with all the energy Christ so powerfully works in me. And in verse 1 we read today, I want you to know how hard I continue to be. He's feeling this anxiety, he's feeling this drive, he's feeling this passion. And then he says, I'm now understand how much I continue to be. And that's something deep inside of him, giving that trust. I want to ask you to do something, okay? Put your hands up. Well, we get it. Right? Always reminds me of the Karate Kid. But you guys feel the heat, right? You guys feel that door, right? That's the passion and drive that's burning inside of Paul. When we talk about this in our ending, like, man, there's something that's burning within me that you need to know something about Jesus. You need to understand the mystery of God. The mystery of God, my friend, is this: it is God inside the person of Jesus Christ. It is John 1. The light came into the world, the light did not know him, and he stood there revealing himself to us. And it's this idea that God is speaking to us, and the mystery of God is how we can experience and know the saving grace of Jesus through his life, death, and ascension. The mystery of God is Jesus. That is the X factor of your life. Jesus. Jesus is the X factor. Paul says, you got to know how much I'm striving to know this. You got to know how much I really want you to understand. And just very much like I said, right, people are always searching for wisdom. Paul says, guess what? You might be out there searching for something. What you really need to be searching for is the wisdom, the understanding that comes from really knowing Christ. Right? Because I pray that you may know the complete, full riches. If you understand the complete understanding of Jesus. That's the factor. That is the thing for many people, that they struggle with understanding. But Paul says, I'm pretending to understand this. And he mentions, we do this word hidden. But this word hidden, that's translated as this. I'm sorry, I believe verse 3. It says this. In whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Right? So one thing, I want to understand the full riches and the complete understanding in whom are hidden all the treasures and wisdom and knowledge. Right? You see, where hidden, that's where hidden is, it's stored. It's not that these things are passed from us, for those who are Christians and know God in faith. It's not that they are being hidden, it's that they are stored in Jesus. And what Paul is saying is that all the wisdom that you need is found in Jesus. That you can simply live your life based on the wisdom of God, and you understand what it means to walk as someone who pursues Christ. Above all other things, the wisdom that we should truly always desire is the wisdom that comes from fully knowing Christ. The riches and the treasure that are stored in Him, that are available to everyone. Every one of you. Praying, faith in Christ. Paul says to every person who's a believer, who knows and has a relationship with God, all of God's wisdom, all of God's understanding, all of that is stored in the person of Jesus. And if you know Jesus, you have the ability to live a life that glorifies and pursues God. You have that ability to do that. And here's the thing. You have all that you need in Jesus. You have all that you need, all the wisdom that you need in Jesus. And these things are stored in. And Paul, what that saying through Paul in this passage is this. Know Jesus. Know the next chapter of your life and know Him well. Because He is the one who all things are found through understanding of His will. Listen, this is verse 4 to 5. Paul says to me, I tell you this so that no one be deceived with fine-sounding arguments. Though I'm asking for you a body, I'm present with you in the spirit. I like to see how disciplined you are, how your faith is firm in Christ. In his last verse, he tells us, Paul is letting us know that the reason why he's writing these people is so that they're not deceived. Because what was happening is there were a lot of people saying, guess what? You got the wisdom that you need. You got this Jesus thing, but guess what? You need to add something on top of it. You need something else to understand the wisdom and how to live your life. And they were basing on it on top of it. And Paul uses this word, fine-sounding arguments. Basically, I think best translated this way, enticing words. Right? These enticing words, those are things that we follow. If something is just completely outlandish, completely outrageous, and total nonsense, you go, well, I follow that. But these things were enticing words. These were like, yeah, I want to do. That makes sense to me. That's what is enticing words within our culture. It's a fine sounding argument. So I went and I started looking basically at slogans, advertising. Oh, listen, you call me off a t-shirt with this on it. You guys are the most important thing. That's an enticing bait. Everybody likes more stuff, right? And that's an enticing argument for our lives. And guess what? Isn't that contrary to everything that Jesus talked about? Wouldn't you say to serve others, be with less, do more, right? But there's this enticing argument of us when they say, yeah, I believe in Jesus, but sometimes when we want to buy into you guys and those sort of things, that's an enticing argument. Oh, listen. Have it your way. Wouldn't you like to have it your way? I think you have it my way. Let's all start now. Let's all have it my way. That would be a very enticing argument, right? That would be something that a lot of us would say, I'm going to my burger my way. Right? How about this one? You probably know this well. Because you're working. Right? Yeah. Do you have great trouble work? Absolutely. God loves you tremendously. You have a tremendous amount of work with God. But when we take on that five-sided argument in our culture because we're working, what do we do? We'll become more selfish, more about ourselves. Right? This is amazing. This is the car company. It says that their slogan, never fall. Never fall. Man, blaze your own trail. Don't be like anyone else. Never fall. And you know, that's contrary to what Jesus said, right? What did Jesus say? See, the five argument in our lives may not be things that we think are just absolutely crazy. There are things that, you know what, when we're living out our faith, we might see some of these things at certain points we'll be like going, yeah, you know what, that's good. How it is that there are things that are enticing, and there are things in our lives that we are searching for the wisdom. And the reality is we need to know where that wisdom is truly found. And that is in Jesus. And I believe that wisdom always begins with the recognition of who God is. Wisdom always begins with the recognition of who God is. The wisdom of God is foolishness to people who don't know God. You know that, right? When you look at some of the statements that Jesus makes, some of the statements that Jesus makes, he said this: if you want to save your life, lose it. Right? He said, love your enemies. That's foolishness to people that don't love God and know God, right? Jesus said, or Scripture says that you're strong in your weakness, right? That's a foolish statement. If you know God. I love what Proverbs says in Proverbs 19. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One. It's the fear of the Lord. It's not, oh my gosh, God, I'm scared. It's a fear that says, I'm aware of who God is, and I am in awe. Right? That point, that place is where the beginning of wisdom is. The recognition of God is that God is God, that we are not, and that He has a better plan for our life than we could ever imagine, than we could ever create, than we could ever build, than we could ever strive to achieve. It all gets a relationship with you. Jesus is so passionate wanting you to understand that Jesus didn't want you just to stay, he didn't want you to move from one category of going to hell and going to heaven. That is not his goal. His goal is to experience a relationship with him. Right? Jesus is not only interested in our salvation, he's interested in our relationships. And it comes from God saying, God, you are God, I am God. The wisdom that I need to live a life that pursues you is found in the person of Jesus. That's the beginning of wisdom. That is where we experience and we recognize God. Because we know this, that wisdom, worldly wisdom promises a different quality of life. Worldly wisdom promises a different quality of life. But all of that quality of life is circumstantial. It's all about more of this, but it's based all centered around what you have or what you don't have. And with godly wisdom, it's a different philosophy. And it's a different mindset. And until you recognize who God is, you never really understand. You never really, I know that it's so, these words are so complicated. It always comes from who God is. And that's how these people get schools. I read a study in USA Today in December 2011, and it began to look at this philosophy in our culture that people have become spiritually apathetic. And the reality was that Baylor University did a study, and they found that 44% of the respondents in the Baylor University study said that they spend no time seeking eternal wisdom. 19% said it's useless to search for it. Right? That's a culture that's saying we don't understand God's wisdom. That's a culture of people saying we have not recognized God, and until we recognize who God is, we can't understand the wisdom of He gives. I also believe that wisdom is one of the tools that God will use in life. Wisdom is one of the tools that He will use in life. It's one of the tools that He will use to protect your life. You know, you understand, right? Wisdom is one of those things that God is going to use to guide you and to shape you and to mold you and to teach you and to help you become a faithful follower of Jesus. It's going to be wisdom, right? And all of, and I think that God will use these things in our life because He wants to help us understand the mystery of God and of Christ, that he understands we are always searching, we are always presented with ideas. We're like, you gotta know this, you gotta know. You gotta know it. You know what you can be standing in grace. And at times, not know God's grace. And a lot of times people say, I've sat down with people. They've said, they know who Jesus is. But because they're so tight to find out everything that's going on, they sometimes pull back to their hearts. This is what Scripture says. You know what Scripture says about this? Get wisdom. It's very simple. The Bible is very clear. God was very clear. He said, get wisdom is the last thing you can do. Right? You guys can tweet that for me. You know, you can great. All I can say is get wisdom is the last thing I do. Get wisdom. Right? It's one of the tools God will use it on. I believe that this is a list of ways to get wisdom. I don't think this is a list, and I don't believe it will be complete. And these are very practical things about what wisdom says in Scripture. Not only the passage which we today, but also throughout the entire world. First of all, if you want wisdom, ask God. Have good prayer. Right? Isn't that what we do when we pray? We ask God. Right? It's okay to ask God for wisdom. Again, it's allowing you to do. Ask God, because that's what God wants you to do. God wants you to ask for wisdom on how to raise your kids. God wants you to ask for wisdom about the right decisions. God wants you to ask for wisdom in the heal broken relationships that you do not have understanding how to deal with. God wants you to ask for wisdom. James 1:5, very clear. If you don't ask wisdom, ask God. Right? If anyone asks you, ask God. Ask God for the wisdom that you need. Ask Him. It's not just needing the how to manual, not going to teach 47 and go, oh, that's wisdom. Right? But ask God. Ask God for the wisdom that we need. And there are times in life, even as Christians, one of the last things we do is ask God. So often it's easy in our lives to just fall back on what we know, the things that we've been taught, what we see happening around us is distracting and enticing. And a lot of people say, what if I just simply started with asking God? What if I start with God, give me the wisdom to deal with this? God, give me the wisdom on how to approach this. Start with the wisdom of asking God. God is a good Father. God loves to give good gifts to His children. And one of those gifts is wisdom. One of those gifts that He can give you is a good loving Father. When you recognize who He is, and you begin by saying, God, first, we'll start with you. I think that oftentimes we need to realize that when you want wisdom, you got to have Scripture. You got to know it. You got to be someone who is hungry and thirsty for Scripture. Right? You got to be someone saying, that's what, this is the truth, this is God's Word, and God has given this to me as a gift. Now, I admit, just because you read the Bible doesn't mean you act like it. Boy, can I understand that. I know a lot of people, before I came to LDF, I had the privilege of working with a nonprofit organization. When I worked with juvenile hall students and also county guys that go through the struggle. And I would sit across the desk, and they would tell me the decision that they're making. And I would look at them and think, I just want to slap you. Like, there's nothing good in me right now. I'm so angry. Because I know the experience of God's grace and forgiveness, and I'm just looking at the lens of justice. I remember I said to the guy, he had lost the ability to see his kids. He had, you can say, significant jail time for actions that he's done. He was in a place in his life, he needed to stick it out. And I was sitting there telling me, I never know. I'm like, we know I know. You understand that all the trust that you earned back from your family is going to be gone? Do you know that you may never get that back again? Do you know that the grace that you have found in the court system, that might not be so favorable next time? Do you know that right now this is exactly where you need to be? You choose to leave. It's the most unwise thing you can do. It was very clear words I heard. I know. But I don't know. And I remember I was new at it. And it just blew my mind. I was just overwhelmed with God's grace in my life. I wish that you understand the wisdom. And I just believe so much that this comes from knowing the Scripture. I just love the Scripture in my life, and I would consistently want to be more excited about God's truth. Not just reading it makes me wise, but reading it helps me to know it, and then knowing it allows me to be able to apply it. And I need to be able to apply Scripture. I need to be able to apply that wisdom God gives me. And I need to start and to continue living with the true Scripture. And we have to be people that are excited about it. You know that our culture gets excited about a lot of stuff? Do you know that? Right? Culture gets excited about stuff. I remember the first time that iPad came out. Right? The first iPad 1. Right? Man, you should look back in news clippings and interviews. People were really, really excited. And this Wall Street Journal said, man, the last time people were excited about a tablet, it had the memory on. I mean, you were like, it's amazing. I mean, these people were really excited about the tablet. And yet, what does that do in our lives as we search for wisdom and be that excited about God's truth? Just because you know it doesn't mean not right. But the beginning of wisdom is to know who God is, and I believe is also to understand God's truth. The best way to know God is through His Word. It's the gift that we can give, and we got to know it. And here's the thing, you don't have to be a scholar or a highly educated person to understand God's truth. It is not for people who are at a certain level. It is for you. If you know God's wisdom, God's truth, I've met smart people who just apply God's wisdom and know God and search for it. I've met people like, man, I want that. That's what I want. But it comes in through this no Scripture. Lastly, I would say this. We need to not just really approach Scripture in this way that it can happen. A lot of people, they like to see the point and read passage in Scripture. They look at the Bible. Right? Probably not that they do. I don't just like the Holy Spirit, but I'm saying the best way is to be God's Spirit. You probably don't want to do the distraction method of Scripture. Okay? You probably don't want to try to read the Bible while you're watching a TV program. Right? What is that? You probably don't want to have that distraction method. You probably you don't want to read it for credit. Okay? Extra credit for me, I'm going to hold up to chapter. You probably want to read it that way. Reading with them for credit is probably not the best thing to do. So, but just understand, know the Scripture. If you see someone that says, God, I want to know who you are, I want to experience you. In addition to this, again, ask God in prayer, know Scripture, I would say this. Be involved in it. Get involved with the community of people. I see that far too many people make really bad decisions based on reading the Bible and that. A lot of people, they sit there and go, oh, this ready to make really horrible decisions. God uses people in our lives. God uses the community. God uses important, specifically, not just any community. God will use the church, those who are faithful followers of Jesus, who know God, recognize His wisdom, and who He is, to help guide and understand wisdom. There was a time in my life I was back and I was making a very important decision in my life. And I was sitting there, honestly, I was looking at all the circumstances, and I was like, I don't see how this could not live. This is fantastic. And I had someone come to me, and I said, look, just come to me. As I prayed, as I read Scripture, I want to hear you not to me. 2 years later, I look back at it, and I was spending for the week. For a friend of mine that did the ability to save my life. I want to encourage you. Pursue God, not pursue God. Constantly involved with me. Man, if you guys are not involved in home group, I believe God said this week I release, but you can get it home group, right? Like, they don't get me to say that, so that's my personal opinion. I'm telling you, I mean, man, the stuff that is for this hungry is fantastic. If you have a hungry people, you should have your man, this is a blessing. I guarantee you that there's something about being involved in the community. This community is more than just sitting in a room with a bunch of people. If this is the extent of the community, living in the community, fuck. Sorry. I got to give you your money back, but I didn't charge you. So, that's not me. This is not me talking about this is what we do. I said 40 minutes. So, man, you guys are not understanding what we're community is. You can understand that we're community is people that know you, that know your fears, that know your struggles, that love you, that are going to be there for you. Hey, that is where we pour all of our time. That's where we do that. We just want our students to understand what it means how people around them care about it and use the will of God to guide them in their life. I'm going to change it. I want to ask you guys to do something. First of all, I want to pray. And if I just went over this passage, I just thought about this one. Wisdom begins with the recognition of Christ. I can look at your faces and there are some people I don't know, I don't know what you're doing today. But I want to ask you to consider me possibly the first time you recognize me. And I'm going to ask you to stand and come forward and call you out. I'm asking you, if you want to get yourself in position for Him. Scripture says that all the rules of God is happening for Jesus. If you're someone who says you think that is you, I want to ask you to look in your heart to agree and affirm these words on the side. I want to ask you to respond to that. To come out and talk to somebody as a prayer or fill out a communication card if you want to receive Christ and know Christ. Father God, your scripture, your truth, your word, all of your wisdom is available to us. God, all of the wisdom that you have want to impart and give to us is out of your Son Jesus. And God, I want to pray for the person in this room today that might be sitting there saying, I need to know the wisdom that God has for my life. I would ask you something to believe the truth about who Jesus is. That you believe that Jesus is the Son of God. That you believe that God sent His Son to this earth, that He died on the cross, and rise again to bring you life. That you believe that His death offers you forgiveness of all the things. Those supporting you return from death. You know what? I just want you to say from our heart, God Almighty, He hears all of our thoughts. Lord, I surrender all. God, I pray for each of us as we leave this place, surrounded with the wisdom. God, help us to pass
God help us to be able to know your word and truth about our life. God help us to be faithful, to actively pursue. God, I love you and praise you. In your son's precious name. And if you are someone that's carrying that prayer, you want to talk to you. Otherwise, go to God, I'm